thing is that Omid was out for 2 weeks. This is the reason why we didn't record for 2 weeks. Apparently you went over to Super Nintendo World again.
Blue Beetle was a really fun movie to watch.
I have to say this though, Blue Beetle definitely is a better DC film compared to all the other films that's going on right now in the summertime. Sorry, Flash, you really suck versus Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle actually had a good introduction, you know. You can think back of like what we went through, like a big long line, and like I know a couple friends also wanted to be in that line as well, but then we also heard that it's only like 10 packs of that Szechuan sauce was gonna come out, so it was like, okay, fine, we'll just go to Chick-fil-A next door.
Our consolation prize.
It's over the prize game, but I wanted to showcase this girl. Omid is freaking out right away. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode, the second episode of the Anination Podcast. Yeah, things are, we're rolling along right now, making it like pretty crazy. I thank you all for checking out the first episode over our YouTubes and our Twitch. Turns out to be quite an exciting road, you know, just to, talk about the episode, talk about like anything animation. And I like the fact that everybody is starting to like see us for a little bit, but more people, who knows?
Yes, I completely agree with you, Nate. And also, this is Omid. Hey, how are ya? It feels so good to do this, with you, because not just to discuss animation with you, which I love doing already, but also because we want to help, bring something to the animation community, to bring the animation community together, so we can discuss all things animation and get along and, form and share bonds with y'all. So yeah, that's what we're here for, guys.
So the thing is that Omid was out for 2 weeks. This is the reason why we didn't record for 2 weeks. Apparently you went over to Super Nintendo World again.
Actually, no, it wasn't 2 weeks. It's actually 1 week. It was 1 week.
Okay, but nonetheless, we didn't record last week.
Yeah. So pretty much the reason why that was is because, like Nate said, I went along with my gregarious friend Greg. He calls himself Gregarious.
Okay.
So we pretty much did go to, we road trip down to SoCal again. And of course we went to LA. First thing we did was that we went to see Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle was a really fun movie to watch.
I have to say this though, Blue Beetle definitely is a better DC film compared to all the other films that's going on right now in the summertime. Sorry, Flash, you really suck versus Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle actually had a good introduction,
Yeah, I kind of have to agree. It's just like, I saw The Flash once, I had a fun time with it, but the more I thought about it, the more I thought, yeah, it's kind of messier than I thought it was. Like,
well, I mean, I watched.
It's better than Shazam 2. It's better than Shazam 2.
Oh god, are we gonna talk about like what's better DC film is right now?
No, we're actually discussing what's the worst film.
Okay. Okay, Flash was still bad though. Like, I don't know. I didn't follow up with whatever Flash was. It just felt like, okay, I get it. Like, you followed up for Justice League, but still this new Flash. And I don't know. I don't follow up with the DC films to say, but I'm just like, if you were supposed to like showcase me like who the Flash is, that doesn't sound like a great way to introduce him in this film to say.
Yeah. One thing I could say about Blue Beetle is that, one, it doesn't star a sociopathic criminal.
Yeah.
Number two, the story does flow much better than the Flash. And three, there's that theme of family that I just love seeing. Like, you see this like Hispanic family. It's just like,
yeah, when you said something about family, it reminds me of Fast and Furious now. Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you went to watch Blue Beetle, then you said you went to Super Nintendo World. So did you actually go for just 1 day or like more days?
We went to Super Nintendo World for just 1 day.
Ah. So what's the difference between like going now than before?
So there wasn't really much difference there. It was just more along the lines of like the second time was a bit more mini. The second time was we tried going to Toadstool Cafe, but unfortunately we couldn't get the tickets to early access.
Can you even get like any reservation toward Toadstool Cafe? Because like I saw the reservations, it's like you need to book it like weeks in advance before even going into that cafe.
Well, see, that's the reason why early access Super Nintendo World tickets are sold out in the first place. Like, unless you have early access to Super Nintendo World, it's virtually impossible to go to Toadstool Cafe. So we failed to go there, but that doesn't mean that we didn't have a fun time going to Super Nintendo World overall for the second time. The second time, it felt like deja vu, but a good kind of deja vu.
Yeah, so I mean, like, there's a really big difference between going the first time versus the second time. I know the first time around, you went there during the busiest time because the Mario movie came out. Every Mario fan literally went to, Super Nintendo World, and you were one of them. I'm like, I would expect the crowds to be, like, really packed. Was it the same thing when you came over there? The second time around?
The second time around, it was easier to get access to Mario Kart 8, Bowser's Challenge, because...
How long was the wait when you went to the first time around?
No, Mario Kart 8, Bowser's Challenge, we actually were lucky to get there, like, not once, not twice, but 3 times in one day. 3 times in one day. And the wait time amongst, like, the 3 times, it was still a shorter wait than when we had to wait, that one time. We had to wait that one time during, the last Super Nintendo World trip we went to. That line, back in April, it was like 1.5 to 2 hours.
So how long again was it that you have to wait this time around? Like an hour, or?
This time around, it was more like 20 to 30 minutes each time.
Okay, that's not bad. So you actually ended up, like, riding, 2 times, 3 times through Nintendo World?
Because the difference is that the thing is, like, when you go, like, single riders actually takes much less of a wait
Okay, but the thing
time.
is, like, you're not riding together. You could be riding separately by, like, somebody else with, like, some other party or something, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, single riders take much shorter time to wait.
It is much shorter, but I would prefer going together. I don't know about the single rider thing. I mean, maybe some of you guys will probably be on chat, like, in the comments saying, like, single rider is worth it.
We did check out. We did go to ride together at least one time out of the 3.
Okay. 3 times. You rode the 3 times?
We rode Mario Kart. We rode the Mario Kart 3 times.
What's the difference between riding it, like, 1 time versus 3 times? Like, I can ride Space Mountain twice. I can ride, like, Splash Mountain twice, or what's called Tiana's Bayou Adventure twice now.
The more you experience it, the merrier you feel. It's one of those rides. It's like, I'll kid you not, Mario Kart 8 is one of the best rides I've ever been to.
Really?
Like, it's right up there with Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain.
I know that you have those visors and stuff like that. Does the visors actually help you in, like, playing Mario Kart or something?
They really do.
So is that what are you supposed to see? Like, oh, there's a thing coming your way, you throw something, or
you're supposed to see how many coins you collect, and
are you, like, really driving or something when you're playing that Mario Kart game?
So what it is that when you put on the visor, what you see in the visor is how many coins you collect and how many shells that you have that you can throw at your enemies.
Well, I mean, we haven't experienced it yet.
You're about to, man.
When? That's the thing, because, like, who knows? Me and Jessica will probably, our friend Jessica will probably plan up a trip, maybe D23 next year, have a trip instead of going to the aquarium at the Pacific to visit Ann Boone trip. We're going to go to Universal Studios to visit Mario.
Speaking of D23, I plan to go to that.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do that. D23 2024. Yes. That's definitely one thing.
Here we go.
Heads up, the D23 is also happening, I think, in September 8th through the 11th. There's another D23 coming out in Florida right now, but obviously it's in Florida. We can't go to that one.
Yeah, no.
And FYI, that convention is small. It's like only 2 days of, like, big announcements. There's not really much of announcements to say. They're only just announcing Disney 100 stuff. So
yeah, because we live in the West Coast. We live in the West Coast. Florida is in the East Coast. It's like, on the completely different ends of the USA. So yeah.
All right. So I pulled this big photo aside. Looks like you're having a fun time with what looks like Toad right there.
Yes, that's me. That's my friend Greg, and that's Toad.
Did you end up meeting with other characters in the Mushroom Kingdom this day?
Not like this time around. It was just Toad. Last time we saw Mario, Luigi, and Princess Peach. This time it was just Toad.
Oh, really? Okay. So the first time around, you saw Luigi and Mario.
Yeah, the first time back in April, we did see the Mario Brothers themselves.
Oh, really? Okay, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. How about Peach? No Peach, no?
We saw Peach, too.
Okay. That was like, there's no Princess Daisy. I mean, they would love it if they actually put Daisy into the whole thing.
Yeah, they put Daisy, that'd be awesome. She's one of my favorite Mario characters as well.
And even one of my main characters in Smash.
Yeah. So if Daisy were to come, let me tell you, you'd be like, all right, let's book tickets.
I mean, I'm gonna, like, if we get tickets, I'm obviously gonna get that band. You wear those bands as well, the Mario and Luigi bands.
Oh yeah, I wear the Mario band. Greg wears the Luigi band.
Yeah, I know, because you both are like the brothers right there, Mario and Luigi.
There's also the Peach. There's also the Peach band. There's also the Daisy band, which I know you're gonna get. Mm-hmm. Then there's the Toad band. Yeah.
Of course. I'm gonna get the Days event for sure. But then again, we'll have to figure out when we're gonna go to, the convention. When we gotta go to, Universal. But it's a long time, depending on like how things are.
Yeah.
But at least you're able to actually go out there. You had a fun time. Besides that, you also enjoyed Universal itself, right?
Oh, of course, yeah. We also went to the Jurassic World ride, and it was a lot of fun. Like, getting wet in, the Jurassic World ride felt like, nostalgia.
But besides that, what other things did you go to? Did you go to the studio tour? Did you go to...
We just basically walked around Universal, and then right afterwards, we chilled at our hotel, and then we went to go meet up with Greg's longtime friend who went to college with him. So
okay,
yeah.
All right. Well, nonetheless, it seems like you still had a fun time. So good, awesome job. You guys went to LA and all that jazz.
Definitely.
So turns out, like, for those who are watching our podcast, I guess you guys will probably be going to Universal. If you guys are going to Universal Hollywood anytime soon, Super Nintendo Land is worth it. This guy went twice in like a couple of months. I haven't visited it yet, but who knows?
I went twice in 1 year, so
yeah, exactly. No, you went twice, so that's good that you ended up going there and having a good experience there.
Oh yeah, dude, it's pure Super Mario heaven. I just love it.
All right, so this is where we actually going to segue into another talk that happened recently. I think you heard this news literally when you hopped onto Super Nintendo World, because the voice of Mario, Charles Martinet, voice of Luigi, voice of Waluigi, voice of Wario, he has decided to stop being the voice of Mario. Charles Martinet had decided to pretty much end being Mario, but he did say he's going to be the Mario ambassador, which means that he's actually going to be going around pretty much spreading the word of Mario, pretty much just, doing anything when it comes to representing Mario. So you can see him at conventions, you can see him at like big events, but yeah, that means that voice is definitely not going to be the same compared to what you've been hearing recently, what you've been hearing in the games to say.
Oh yeah, let me tell you, like, if there's one person, if there's the next guest that I would love to meet at a big event, like, Charles Martinet would be my number one. Like, honestly, I await the day that I meet this amazing man.
I didn't know he actually did a lot of voices. Like, Waluigi and Wario were one thing. Man, it's like the very high pitch Waluigi and Wario.
Oh yeah. The man has such a voice range that is impeccable. It is just, yes.
And then, Mario and Luigi, and things like that. Have you ever actually met up with Charles Martinet before? Because I know he's been in, like, multiple SAC animes.
Unfortunately, I haven't got a chance to meet him in person yet, but like I said, I await the day that I do so. I do know a couple friends who have gone to see Charles Martinet himself. One is Greg, and one is my other friend, Jonathan, who was my Mario Bro before Greg was. So I have two Mario Bros who I consider my Luigi. So
that's cool.
Anyway, I do, like, I have heard that they got to meet Charles Martinet, and I'm just like, I'm so jealous.
Why did you actually meet up? Why did you actually join them though?
I think it was because around the time I was in college, and I had a much more limited time going to cons in comparison to now, to which I'm like, as soon, like, the next con that Charles Martinet is in, boom, I'm gonna book the tickets just like that, because yeah.
I would. Okay, so here's the thing. SAC Anime, he's a legendary staple over at SAC Anime, that he'll always have like an appearance, either in spring, either in winter, or either in summer. So there's a chance that you might actually meet up with Charles Martinet eventually. But I would imagine now, since he's the ambassador of Mario, everybody's gonna go there now to meet up with him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because of the fact that he's retiring as a voice actor, he actually has more freedom. He has more free time to go around to big events and conventions and stuff like that. So the chances of him going to a convention that's near me are higher now.
I would say, thankfully. Yeah. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Mario games for sure, and Charles Martinet definitely is like, a childhood person for me, just because he did all these amazing voices. For example, I'm like, wow. I mean, I didn't expect Wario and Waluigi to come out of nowhere and actually voiced by him, because like I just remember like playing Mario Golf, for example, and then just started hearing the voices of Wario and Waluigi. They're really fun, but I didn't know it was actually voiced by him. Because I think I know before that he was Mario, because I used to play Mario 64, and then I was like wondering, oh, cool, he's an awesome voice for Mario. And then I didn't realize he was actually voicing these other characters as well, so which was pretty neat. So as we talk about Charles Martinet, he's done a lot of video games. Let's look back into like all the video games that he's been voiced in ever since the beginning.
Oh yeah.
So let's look back. What would be your favorite Mario game, like overall, that Charles was in? I mean, obviously all the Mario games, but still, what would be your favorite?
I am so glad you asked, my friend. I'm so glad you asked, because I'm about to pull out what I consider to be not just my favorite Mario game, but my favorite video game of all time.
Oh,
no joke.
Okay.
And it is.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Mario. A Paper Mario. Okay.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door, is what I consider to be my favorite video game of all time. Period.
That's good.
It is 10 out of 10 masterpiece.
That's his take on. I'm assuming that's Paper Mario. By the way, this is the second one. What makes the second one better than the first?
What makes the second one better than the first is that it takes what makes the Paper Mario 64 great to begin with, and it expands upon it. It expands upon the story. It expands upon. I would say it definitely make the partners in Paper Mario 1000 Year Door are even better than 64, especially Vivian. And it also expands upon the power-ups. It also expands upon the RPG strategies. It expands upon everything that makes it such an epic experience with Mario.
So my thing for Paper Mario is a really awesome RPG game, because it's like you can actually make choices on like what to power up. You could choose the flower, you could choose the HP, those kind of things. So I thought it was really fun. And this was definitely a big adventurous game, considering that the last boss was really hard to defeat.
Oh yeah, the Shadow Queen. Let me tell you guys, the Shadow Queen is one tough boss to beat. Like, oh my gosh, like honestly, you don't want to mess with the Shadow Queen. She will haunt you in your nightmares.
Yeah, to be fair, when I was playing, Paper Mario 1000 Year Door, that took me a while. Like, I think 3 days for me to defeat, because it's like I have to go back, upgrade the HP, upgrade the flower power, or get some items or stuff like that in order for me to face the Shadow Queen. But that was a lot of she was tough to defeat. That's all I remember. And then when I played Paper Mario back remember we have the virtual console now, so we can actually bring back Paper Mario on the N64 on our Switches. I remember playing that and seeing how great that game was.
Yeah. Paper Mario 64 is one of my favorite N64 games as well. Honestly, there's a lot of Mario games that I hold near and dear to my heart. I consider to be some of my favorites as well. I love Super Mario World. That's also my top 10. Super Mario.
Well, here's the thing: Super Mario World, Charles Martinet wasn't voicing it.
Well, no, I was just saying the Mario games overall.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say for if we're
talking about Charles Martinet voiced Mario games specifically, then Super Mario 64 is a classic. Super Mario 64 is one of his very first.
So that one is my number one, actually, because this is the one that actually started my run for Mario, because I first started in Super Mario World when I had the SNES, and that was a really fun game to play. But then he had no voice. There was no voice. It was just like Mario. Okay, Mario upgrades and stuff like that. Defeat Bowser. That's your goal for Super Mario World. And then Super Mario 64 came out. Now we have a voice for Mario, and then it turned out to be this guy. And lo and behold, he turned out to be the perfect voice for Mario, and he's been doing that since the N64. So that was 97 all the way to now? 20 plus years? Or maybe more than that.
I say one of his first games that he voiced, because it's actually not his very first.
Oh, what was it?
His very first video game actually his very first game in general that he voiced Mario Teaches Taipei back in 1994.
What the fuck? How does he know this? I don't even know that game.
I'm bringing out the Mario nerd in me, so yeah.
He apparently knows all the Mario. I'm like, okay, yeah, you definitely need to meet up with Charles Martinet sometime.
First of all, are you that surprised? Because let's be honest.
No, because this Mario typing game I never played at all. Is this supposed to be a PC game or something, or a modern Nintendo game?
I never played it either, but I was about to say, are you surprised? Because let me tell you, Super Mario, the entire Mario franchise, is I'm one of the biggest Mario fans you'll ever meet.
Yes.
It's pretty much one of the biggest, if not the biggest, parts of my life. It's something that I've been playing ever since Super Mario All-Stars back in Super Nintendo when I was 2 years old.
Like, to be fair, Super Mario All-Stars had all the Mario games. Super Mario Brothers, Mario 2, Mario 3, and then the Lost Levels. I remember playing those, when I had the SNES, because they had like that cartridge with all those games, and I was like, yeah, cool, I'll play it.
Yeah.
So those are fun also. But yeah, like I said, no voice from Charles Martinet then. So like when you're playing the SNES, you just hear nothing. It's just like you'll just lead Mario to the castle, those kind of things, right?
Yeah, Charles Martinet may not have voiced the Super Nintendo games, but the Super Nintendo games with Mario, like Super Mario All-Stars and Super Mario World, are what kickstarted my love for Mario in the first place.
I think for me it was just Super Mario World, because like that's the first game I ever played for the SNES, and then that's the first console I ever had. So like I may not have had the NES because I wasn't that old or anything like that, but yeah, I mean that's how it all started for my Mario games to say. What other Mario games can we bring up? Because like I want to bring up like Mario Golf. That's like my thing, just because I play golf. So
I got a long list myself of Mario games that I've had experience with. Along with this amazing man, Charles Martinet, voicing him. So, like, not just Super Mario 64, but also Super Mario Sunshine is also another one.
Oh, God, that was perfect, actually. That was a really good game for the GameCube.
Super Mario Sunshine, I liked, but there were times where it got really frustrating. Like,
what do you mean? I mean, there's some things that you need to switch your weapon, your water bottle, your water thing to do these actions, that actions,
2 words, Corona Mountain.
Oh.
Don't get me started.
Is it the boss on that?
Don't get me started on Corona Mountain.
Okay, well, I mean, we're not going to explain much about it, but I'm pretty sure you just had a hard time with the boss, I guess, over there.
The less said about that, the better. Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are the best games I've ever played on the Wii.
Oh.
And, like, Super Mario Odyssey. Super Mario Odyssey is up there as one of my all-time favorite Mario games as well. I loved everything about it. I loved Cappy. I loved how you can transform into anything. I loved the different worlds, especially New Donk City, which is like it's Super Mario going to New York City. Let's be real.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, sounds about right.
and of course there's also the Mario Kart games, the Mario Party games. Like there's
it's just a very long list of like games
Mario
that we played
Luigi's
before.
RPG games.
Yeah,
I could go on and on and on.
There's like New Super Mario Brothers, those games. Then you also have like Mario Party games, Mario Sports games.
Yes.
What was it? Mario Kart obviously definitely was one big huge one too. So yeah, there's a big long history with Charles and Mario, and no doubt about it, he definitely had a great time just influencing the voices of these characters to say. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So I just want to say, Charles Martinet, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for all the years, and thank you for all the memories of voicing these amazing characters. And, I'm still proud to call myself a Mario fan to this day. And, I want to say thank you so much for fulfilling my life with such great entertainment. Thank you.
It's like worshiping to a god here.
Yes.
It's great.
I worship him.
So we have to obviously bring up the bad news about this brand new news about Charles Martinet not being the voice of Mario anymore. Do you think it was time that for him to leave the podium and not be the voice of Mario anymore?
As much as I love this man and his talents, let me tell you, I was about to say, honestly, it was bound to happen. Because let's be real here, Charles Martinet has been doing this for decades. Mm-hmm. For decades. So, honestly, it was about time that he did retire the voice as Mario, because, well, he's been doing it for years, and, it's about time that, he retired the voice, as amazing as he still pulls off to this day. There's this one great send-off that I want to bring up. In the Mario Bros. Movie, you'll notice how Mario voiced not just Jumpman, but also he voices Mario and Luigi's father.
Yeah.
And after Mario and Luigi, spoiler alert, after Mario and Luigi saved the day for Bowser, in Brooklyn, you can hear the proudness that Mario's dad has for Mario and Luigi. And that's when he shouts to Brooklyn, "These are my boys."
These are my boys. Yeah,
and
dude, I've seen so many people put on Twitter like this is the last line that he ever said in a Mario movie or anything Nintendo to say, because we know that he's not going to be in Wonder, and he said, according to what people are saying, that he's actually part of the remake of the Super Mario RPG game. Is that correct? I think so. I think that's what I heard.
I don't know about that. I have to double check to be sure, but I do know this. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Charles Martinet is not the voice of Mario. It's actually someone else. But when I heard it the first time, I didn't notice that it wasn't Charles Martinet.
Oh.
The new voice actor pulled it off that good.
Yeah, he did pull it off really well. But the other thing, too, is like, yes, we know that's not Charles Martinet, but we don't know who the mystery voice actor is in that, too.
Yeah, like this mystery voice actor pulled it off in such flying colors. I'm just like, honestly, I'm completely okay with him being on board to take over the role of Mario in future Mario games.
Yeah,
he's that good.
And like I said, we don't know who it is. It could be Chris Pratt. Oh no, he's cringing. He's cringing.
I don't hate Chris Pratt as Mario. I did have mixed feelings about him. He
did all right. He did all right for the Mario movie. I'm okay with what he did for his role. Okay, I'm okay with it. I don't know why people are hating on Chris Pratt. He's not bad.
Chris Pratt did a good job. Like I wouldn't say it was one of my top favorite performances as in the Mario Bros. Movie. I would say though he did it better than I thought.
Okay, then like the voice actor for Luigi, for example, I forgot his name, but
Charlie Day.
Charlie Day did a good job too. Like he did a great Luigi, like high pitch, obviously not as like high pitch as Mario. He did a great job being Luigi. I'm gonna say this though, like for those actors, Chris Pratt and Charlie Day, I don't feel like they can be the voice actors considering that there's gonna be a long task ahead of them, especially the fact that they're obviously Hollywood stars. They're gonna do like movies and things like that, but there's gonna probably be another different voice actor in the works to be the next Mario, and I think it's gonna be like one of those like animated voice actresses. Maybe they can also be a part of it, but still, it's a big shoes to fill, considering that it is the legendary Mario voice himself.
Yeah, all I gotta say is that like after Charles Martinet announced his retirement, like I went back to watch the clip again of the Mario's dad saying, "These are my boys."
Yeah,
and let me tell you, like. I was crying tears of joy when I saw that because it has so much more meaning to it now.
Right, exactly. So I gotta say this though. I mean, whoever the voice actor is, I know that, like I said, we have no wonder who's going to be the voice actor, but whoever is going to pull it off, I hope they do a good job. Like I said, you have big shoes to fill, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna do a really good job. Maybe Charles could also help you out when it comes to like the voice acting and all, but we'll be okay with whatever Nintendo decides. And to be fair, Nintendo's gonna really do a good job with it. I mean, they're gonna probably do a really good job, and I can't say much. I don't think there's gonna be a bad person who's gonna be out there saying like this person's great, but it's gonna be a bad dub for Mario.
Yeah, no, like honestly, like this new actor for Super Mario Bros. Wonder, like I said before, I have great confidence that he can fill in for Charles Martinet. I have great confidence in him.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah. Do you have an opinion on like who's gonna replace the voice of Mario? Like who can replace Charles Martinet? Do you have like anyone in mind?
Let's just say anyone but AI. Let's put it that way.
Oh God, yeah. Oh.
Anyone but AI.
If you need to bring up the bad news about that, oh geez, AI.
My God, AI is.
I hate the fact that I used to work in a company that really heavily relied on AI. So I'm like.
That's another topic for another day, though.
Yeah, we know that. But yeah, Charles Martinet, thank you very much for contributing your voice as Mario. Omid pretty much put a prayer out for you just because it's like praise, thank you, and all. It's now my turn to say my thank yous to Charles. I may not be a big fan of Mario to say, not as big as this guy, but I played the video games. I played from Super Mario 64 all the way to Super Mario Odyssey, and you've done a great job with it. And it really is sad to see you go, but we know it's time. It's just that, as you're becoming the Mario ambassador, I know that you're going to have a fun time, going to conventions, going to big events at Nintendo just to promote Mario. And I'm pretty sure you're going to have a really awesome time with that. But thank you very much again for your voice as Mario, Luigi, Waluigi, Wario, and a lot of other voices here. And yeah, thank you very much. It's just awesome to hear Charles in that. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So one last thing. Again, did you hear that news when you went into Super Nintendo Land in Universal when you went that day?
No, it was actually when I was at work.
I thought it was actually like the day before you guys went to Super Nintendo Land.
It was 2 days before we were at Super Nintendo Land.
So when you heard about that, did you know that was going to be something special? That this trip's going to be something special now?
It really is. Like it added to the specialness of this trip. So yeah.
So did you guys go up and saying like, "Thank you, Charles," to the castle or something like that? All right. Well, I think that's it that we could talk about when it comes to Charles Martinet. So let's head over to other news that happened recently. And this time around in this episode, we're going to be talking about Adult Swim news. So so in our 2 weeks off, we did hear a brand new news about a certain show called Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty has a brand new season coming out of season 7. Yes, of course, it does feature the cast. You know, you get to see Morty, you get to see Rick, you get to see Summer, you get to see everybody there in Rick and Morty. But yeah, season 7 is coming out. That's coming out in September. That has a big date. Actually, no, not September, October 15th. The poster definitely looked amazing because it was a Bad Boys reference.
You're not Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Stop trying to be them.
All the movie references that they're putting up with this, man. I swear to God. Here's the thing about us when it talks about Rick and Morty. We are not fans of Rick and Morty anymore. I don't know what happened, but we have fallen off the show for I think seasons ago. So let's actually talk about why we left. Omid, when you were watching Rick and Morty, when did you actually not become a fan anymore? Was it just because one season, one episode? Was it just continuity that was terrible? What made you fall off of Rick and Morty?
I think what made me fall off of Rick and Morty, keep in mind, this was before the elephant in the room.
Oh, yeah.
This was before the elephant in the room, okay? Now, what made me fall off Rick and Morty was that as I was watching the more recent seasons, seasons 4 and season 5, of course I don't plan to watch season 6, so don't ask about it.
Okay. Here's what I can say.
Seasons 4 and season 5, I watched them and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, it's kind of lost its charm. It lost its intellect. It's being random for the sake of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like seasons 1 and 2 where there was some merit to it. Like it was random, but it had a point. Seasons 4 and 5 to me were okay, the show has gotten really stale. The humor has gotten really stale, and plus I'm watching better shows now, so yeah, honestly, I kind of have to say, hey, Rick and Morty, we had a good run, but farewell.
I gotta say this, it's just a disaster because we were big fans of Rick and Morty. I mean, season 1 and 2 definitely were peak Rick and Morty. It had a great story. It talks about Rick's past and how he's alone and he's really depressed and stuff like that. But you're right, season 3 I think started to lag. And that's the season where Pickle Rick became a thing, you know?
Yeah. I never forget that. It's season 3 was where the fandom became mad.
I think that this is where the fandom became crazy.
Oh yeah, crazy is an understatement.
Because of that one freaking episode that talked about Szechuan sauce. Yes, yeah, I remember that.
It was
the first episode of season 3 when Rick was talking about Szechuan sauce and McDonald's about Mulan and blah blah blah, and then apparently McDonald's had a stack, and then we all had to line up to our McDonald's to get that Szechuan sauce. Do you remember when we had to do that?
Yeah, this was back when we were fans, mind you.
This is back when we were fans. But you can think back of what we went through, a big long line, and I know a couple friends also wanted to be in that line as well. But then we also heard that it's only 10 packs of that Szechuan sauce was gonna come out. So it was okay, fine, we'll just go to Chick-fil-A next door.
Our consolation prize.
What, Chick-fil-A sauce instead of Szechuan sauce?
It's our consolation prize. Something's better than nothing. Anyway, yeah, this was back when we were fans, but still. When I look at, how embarrassing the fandom acted towards McDonald's restaurants, honestly, keep in mind, I don't have a high opinion of McDonald's to begin with, and even I feel sympathy for all the employees and managers that have to deal with this crap.
Yeah.
It's just it's embarrassing. All this for dipping sauce.
Right.
All this for dipping sauce.
Right. Right.
What the frick is wrong with you people? It's stupid.
It was no. Okay. Here's the thing. We were those stupid people too. We were those stupid people.
Not really. We didn't go mad as they were.
Okay. But still, we waited for an hour, 2 hours until we realized this is kind of dumb. Then we moved over to Chick-fil-A and got some chicken sandwiches instead.
We handled defeat the right way because while we were rightfully upset about it, instead of acting like mad children or angry screaming crybabies.
I know what you're trying to pull off, that meme of that one guy who literally just like put his shirt up and said, "Pickle Rick, I'm Pickle Rick."
Oh my god.
Oh, did you realize that was actually in our restaurant? Apparently it wasn't the San Jose restaurant that we were in.
It was the equivalent of watching a baby. It was equivalent of watching a kindergartner open up a McDonald's Happy Meal and seeing that their favorite toy wasn't in the Happy Meal. It was that bad.
Yeah, it was definitely that bad. And I was just like, oh yeah, we were part of that crew that were in that. But besides that, I mean, season 3 definitely, I mean, it started well. I mean, you had like, what was it, Rick dealing with what happened at the end of season 2. But then like when you look at the episodes that came along, except for one episode, I did like the council of Ricks, the whole Rick and Morty, like, what's the name of the place again?
Was it Rick Dead Redemption or something like that?
Yeah. It was something where they don't focus on the main Rick and Morty, but they focus on the Citadel. There we go, Citadel Rick and Morty. Like all those Rick and Mortys out there. That was actually a good episode because it tells you like there is stories inside the Citadel that you would love to follow up with as well. But then, like I said, everything else in that Rick and Morty season 3 kind of felt like, what? What's going on? Why is the story not the same thing that I liked back in season 1 and 2?
Yeah, exactly. And they couldn't even do Evil Morty right either. Like, they had to take so long to build him up. And even at that, like, the way they handled Evil Morty later on.
Oh, to be fair, Evil Morty was really, like, interesting. Because, like, we saw him in season 1. Season 3, he took over the Citadel. Spoilers. I don't know if you actually care about us talking about it.
They sort of, like, they nerfed Evil Morty, in my opinion.
Well, he became the president of the Citadel.
No, but as a character. Like, the way they handled Evil Morty as a character, they could have done more with him.
I mean, okay, to be fair, like, we knew that in the backstory of, like, Rick and Morty, he was going to be an evil person. We didn't know that he was going to be, like, something huge later on in the show, Because I was like, oh, shoot, season 3, Rick and Morty just took over the Citadel. I'm like, oh, God, Citadel's going haywire, which you get to see later on in season 4, to be fair. So, yeah, I'm like, I kind of like the follow-up story with Morty, Evil Morty, for example. Yeah, it was great. But there's other things that kind of made me like, I don't know about that whole Beth line. Remember when Beth made a clone and then she turned out it actually was real? I was like, okay, so I thought, did you clone yourself or not? Because like at the end of season 3, it's like, okay, she didn't clone herself, cool. And then end of season 4, you get to see, oh, what the hell, she's actually, there is a real thing.
It didn't mesh well at all. It came out of nowhere. It felt like, how do I put it? Like, it felt like, how should I put this? It felt like one massive, how to put it? The Beth clone thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't say evil Beth. It's more like
it's a Beth clone.
It's a Beth clone. Yeah, it's a Beth clone.
The Beth clone. I feel like it was sort of like they really pulled it out of there.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird because like when you had that like end of season 3 feeling, because you're thinking like, oh, Beth and was it what's his name again? The dad's name?
Jerry.
Yeah. Beth and Jerry, they back together again after that divorce that happened in season 3.
Well, see, that could have what made Rick and Morty season 3 a bit stronger. Why not have Beth and Jerry, stay divorced? Because it's established in seasons 1 and 2 that, let's face it, Beth and Jerry, their marriage isn't exactly...
They're perfect, even the beginning in season 1.
You can feel the marriage breaking, like, bit by bit when you watch seasons 1 and 2. And then they divorce like they should have a long time ago. And then they get back together just because.
Yeah, it was so weird. And it just makes you feel like maybe she is a clone. I thought Beth doesn't like Jerry anymore after what happened in season 3, for example. And that made you think like at the end of the season, you're thinking, is she really a clone or not? Because that was the mystery that was going on throughout that whole episode. I mean, throughout that whole like season finale to say, because it's like, is Beth the clone? Yes or no? Then you realize in season 4, the answer was right there, and I'm like, oh God, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's just yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things to point out from this show. Is that the writings has changed quite a bit. Like season 1 and 2 was peak. Then you had season 3 that turned out to be lackluster, and then it's just started to fall from there.
Oh yeah, it dipped.
Yeah, it definitely dipped. So what would you say? Like you ended watching it after season 4? Because I stopped after like middle season 4.
I stopped watching around like season 4 or season 5, either or. but all I gotta say is that obviously I'm not gonna watch Rick and Morty season 7 because I haven't watched season 6. I don't desire to watch season 6.
Yeah, so I'm guessing you're not gonna watch season 7 then, because there's a new season of Rick and Morty.
Chances are 0, not near 0.
0. Okay, well then he pretty much said it. And to be fair, 70 episodes was ordered. That they were going to have 70 more episodes. So season 8, season 9 probably will be coming along the way. Mm-hmm. But just remember that there's change in leadership. We already know the whole story about Justin Roiland. We're not going to discuss about the whole thing here and there. But yeah, Justin Roiland, he's a piece of shit. So never talk about that.
Yeah.
So that does raise the question, actually. Because when they actually debuted that trailer of season 7 of Rick and Morty, we have no confirmed voice for Rick or Morty. So who do you think could be like the perfect voice for Rick and Morty now? Just because obviously Justin Roiland is gone. I'm pretty sure he's gone. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna come back. Or else fucking Adult Swim is just gonna be like, we're gonna raise hell on them because of that.
I don't know and I don't care, honestly. I don't.
Wait. So I made these questions and it doesn't matter anymore. Why were you putting on these questions and stuff? Have you at least watched like other shows like Solar Opposites? That at least was actually pretty decent.
I haven't kept up with Solar Opposites, honestly. The chances of me watching Solar Opposites are higher than Rick and Morty, but honestly, Solar Opposites is sort of a low priority in terms of my watch list. So
I say it's not bad. So just go ahead and check that out. Yes, I'm very sorry. We are going to bring up Mr. Roiland here.
Seriously, Nate, how do we go from Charles Martinet to
Yeah.
him?
Yeah, we're gonna X out the face. Okay, we're gonna X out the face. Just forget the face. Anyways, but FYI, he had a history of your cartoons. He had a history of being Blended from Gravity Falls.
My favorite cartoon of all time.
He was Lemon Grab from Adventure Time. He was Oscar from Fish Hooks, and also the main character in Solar Opposites. I know that he's a terrible person, but does it tarnish what he has done before? Does it tarnish your look at what he's done before?
It makes me like, it doesn't change my love for Gravity Falls. My love for Gravity Falls will always be pure. Like, I'll always adore, cherish the show. And thankfully, Blended is a supporting character, not a main character, so there's that. But every time I hear Blended, I can't help but think, that's the voice of Morty.
Yeah. So every time, so what? Are you not gonna watch Gravity Falls anymore because of that?
Oh, are you kidding me? I love Gravity Falls. Plus, let's be honest here. This guy is not the only creep to be part of the Gravity Falls cast. If you know what I'm talking about, about T.J. Miller as another example.
Yeah. There are a lot of other voices too.
Louis C.K. I hear.
Forget that guy. Screw him. He's a fucking asshole.
They had to change the voice of that guy with the big arm.
Yeah, him.
They had to change the voice. They thankfully had to change the voice from Louis C.K. to Alex Hirsch. Like, they had to dub his voice. I'm just like, thank goodness for that, because I don't want to hear his voice ever again.
Yeah, I don't want to hear his voice either, but, like, the thing is that it just sucks if you want to watch Gravity Falls again. So, if, say, for example, you hear another Blended's game, or that one Time Traveler's Pig episode of Gravity Falls, you got to hear that voice, and I'm like, great.
You know those time travel cops that muted Blended's voice because they were sick of hearing him talk? I'm just going to be like, that is so us, man. It's just like, yo, I totally feel those cops, man. Those cops knew what they were talking about.
So you'll just be like them and just
I'll be like them, just mute every time Blended opens his voice.
To be fair, I would do the same. Yeah. So it's like, if anything, maybe like up the voice or something. You have technology that can like up the voice a little bit, make it a little better for them to not hear the real regular voice of Justin Roiland, for example. Like, I don't want to hear another Morty voice, because to be fair, when you listen to Blended and when you listen to Lemon Grab, they're Morty voices. Like, they're like that high pitched voice, something like that.
Like, it will be the only time where AI is acceptable. Like, just dub the voices of Justin Roiland. The only time where AI is acceptable.
Yeah. I mean, it just sucks because like I grew up with I grew up with Fish Hooks. I grew up with Adventure Time, and now you're telling me that this guy's a piece of shit. I'm like, oh great. Now I can't like watch these shows and like listen to that voice again, you know?
It may tarnish my love for Rick and Morty. I mean, it was already tarnished to begin with because this show is God's Steel, like I said, but it tarnishes it even more. It will never tarnish my love for Gravity Falls, not one bit.
Yeah.
It holds a special place in my heart.
Yeah, exactly. And I know they had to do a lot of things, like obviously take away Louis C.K.'s voice, obviously take away... I mean, it kind of sucks for, like, for example, what was it, the Secret House of Pets? You remember, he was the main character voice. So a lot of redubbing needed to happen. Thankfully, Patton Oswalt was there to help him out.
Secret Life of Pets.
Yeah, Secret Life of Pets, sorry. Yeah, Secret Life of Pets, sorry. I'm just getting my words out there anyways. But yeah, they had to also redub his voice. It just sucks that Gravity Falls Adventure Time couldn't be able to do it. But we still have to deal with it anyways. But yeah. What was it? Yeah, that's all the questions that we have. Rick and Morty Season 7, if those who are interested in watching the show, that's going to come out in October 15th. So if y'all are still into Rick and Morty, have fun. Please let me know. Please let us know if it actually is still reasonably well. Because the thing is, like, remember, this is a different team now. This is not under that guy. It's now under another person.
That's true.
Will it be a better show because it's run under a different guy?
Yeah,
you know,
true.
it's a possible chance. There's a possible chance that there could be a possible way of like the Rick and Morty show becoming better. But like I said, season 7 is coming out, probably 10 or 11 episodes of that. There's a chance. I mean, who knows?
I mean, low chances for me, but that's the other.
Look, if anything, my sister is the one who still watches Rick and Morty. I think I haven't talked to her in quite a while, but if she still watches Rick and Morty, then she'll probably like catch me up on what was going on. Right. or she might agree with me too and say like, "Oh, this sucks now. I'm watching something else." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah."
Kind of like us, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so as we continue on with the Adult Swim subject that we have for tonight's episode, let's actually talk about a new block that happened in an earlier time now called Checkered Past. Now, Checkered Past airs on Cartoon Network, Adult Swim at 5 o'clock, which means that all the Cartoon Network shows that you watch from like 6 a.m. will now end at 5 p.m., which means that Cartoon Network doesn't have much shows to show anymore. It kind of sucks because like Tiny Toons University is coming out real soon. I really hope that show actually turns out to be well because I love Tiny Toons.
I love Tiny Toons as well. That's what got me so hyped about it. It's just like, oh my god, the Tiny Toons are coming back!
Yeah. So Checkered Past is a brand new block that featured the old cartoons that we used to love, like Billy and Mandy, Dexter's Lab, Ed and Eddie, and the last one, Courage the Cowardly Dog. So yeah, those 4 shows are running the whole block. Have you had a chance to actually check out Checkered Past before?
You know, it's funny. I was going to check it last night, but unfortunately, when I turned on Cartoon Network, I saw that dagger to the heart. It's not with the subscription plan.
Oh my god. Wait, Cartoon Network is not a part of your subscription anymore?
It was.
Wait, how about Nickelodeon and
there
Disney
was a time
Channel?
where it was, but I don't know what happened to it anymore.
Did you guys like what was it? Lower your subscription now?
I
don't know what you have. You have Comcast, right, or something like that.
We have Comcast.
So did you like change your subscription plan to actually have like smaller, like little amount of channels now instead of like the big channels like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and Disney Channel?
We still have Nickelodeon, Disney Channel.
That's weird.
So I don't know why Cartoon Network wasn't working, but hopefully it works soon because I want to check out Checkered Past. But let me tell you this though. Now, I haven't touched Cartoon Network in years because Cartoon Network has, let's be honest, it's kind of died down.
Dude, you don't even know what's going on in Cartoon Network anymore. If anything, the only show that we care about is Tiny Toons University, and that's coming out in September during a block where it's like in the afternoon. But then look at the other shows that Cartoon Network has. Gumball, what was it? Teen Titans Go, Craig of the Creek, We Bare Bears.
You can check out all those on Max. Well,
if anything, they actually are bringing old cartoons back. They brought Chowder back and Clarence back, so, you know, there's that. But it's not the same compared to, like, you know, the old cartoons of Cartoon Network that we used to love, like Ed and Eddie, Dexter's Lab, and all that. But to be fair, like, I love how Adult Swim is kind of reflecting towards Checkered Past, considering that, hey, we're an older audience, and, like, for an older audience, as adults, we did look back into Cartoon Network. Since Adult Swim is part of Cartoon Network, they at least have like access to Cartoon Network stuff. So that's why we were able to see like Dexter's Lab and like Billy and Mandy, for example. Those cartoons definitely were the peak for like our high schools to say. Like I remember watching Dexter's Lab when I was like 10, and I was like, yo, this show is goated still. I still love like watching like the Justice Friends or like Dexter trying to do his thing in the lab, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah.
DD, get out of my laboratory.
Yeah, that's a classic line. That's an amazing line. I mean, I love those stuff. and then Mandark and those kind of folks too.
Yes. Oh man, such great memories with all these Cartoon Network shows like Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, Johnny Bravo, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, and of course, like my favorite Cartoon Network show is Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Well, it's a part of Checkered Past, so you got to check it out now.
I mean, I want to, but
yeah,
Comcast won't let me.
You don't have that. Yes, you don't have that, so that's another issue.
But even so, better to keep certain memories in your head. So
that's true.
I'll always have the memories of watching these shows when I grow up, and I cannot thank old school Cartoon Network enough for fulfilling my childhood like that. It's just thank you.
If anything, you should take Adult Swim because they brought back all of our past like cartoons that we love. So
that's true.
That
is true too. Thank you, Adult Swim, for helping me out with that too. Like I said before, the memories they were all good. Yeah.
Yeah. So far they have Dexter's Lab and Eddie. Billy and Mandy and Courage the Cowardly Dog on their lineup. Do you think there should be like other more cartoons that you think could be in Checkered Past?
OG Teen Titans.
Oh, you want the old Teen Titans? I see.
We don't talk about the new one. We talk about the old one. There's also, what was it? Foster Soul for Imaginary Friends was also another one as well.
Yeah. So like any of those cartoons would definitely work out. I mean, like I said, this is the lineup right now. But if you're looking back at that old time period of when we used to love cartoons back then, I would say put back Powerpuff Girls. Why don't you put that in the lineup? I mean, everyone loves that. Maybe I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of Billy and Mandy, to be fair. I don't know if you were, but
I was.
Oh, you were. Okay.
I was a fan of Billy and Mandy, bro.
Oh, really? Okay. So because I wasn't a big fan of Billy and Mandy. I love Ed and Eddy. I remember being in elementary school, watching them just being silly and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And it kind of made me wonder what the hell a jawbreaker is. Apparently, it's like a big thing in your mouth, which is not. I'm like, what the hell is this? Jawbreaker.
Yeah, I kind of want to see big jawbreakers. Instead, I see little jawbreakers.
Yeah, and I'm like, what makes this in your mouth? I mean, this is some sort of cartoon bullshit.
I don't know, man. Cartoon logic, man. Just
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, you're right. They should put back Powerpuff Girls because it was one of the cartoons. You know what I mean?
Gotta bring that back.
Remember cartoons?
Yeah. I'm just saying, like the cartoon lineup, like that, for example. Dude, if they actually bring back Cow and Chicken, that'd be amazing. That's a really old school cartoon that I used to love.
Honestly, the only thing I remember about Cow Chicken, the red guy.
The devil?
Yes. Well, he's called the red guy.
Okay, the red guy, but come on, he has the horns and the tail and the ass. But then, yeah, he is the red guy, or the devil, I call him.
My God. Honestly, Cow Chicken is a pretty okay show. Like, the red guy is what carries Cow and Chicken.
I guess so. Plus, also the friends that Chicken also had too. Either way, that show would be great. Johnny Bravo, gotta get that one too.
Another one of my favorites.
Yes,
another one of my favorites.
Gotta bring back Johnny Bravo for sure.
Also, Johnny Bravo's BFFs with Samurai Jack.
Oh, that's right. God damn it. That's a small little thing there. Oh, yeah. Somebody put up, I am Weasel. I are Baboon. I am Weasel from the Cow and Chicken lineup, too. That one was a good one, too.
Another mediocre cartoon that is carried by the red guy.
Yeah, see? So, I mean, that's some good stuff there, too. Yes. What other, cartoons can we figure out? I mean, I think that's all that we have. Cow and Chicken, Powerpuff Girls.
Foster Soul for Imaginary Friends.
Yeah, but I was in a later time. So I would imagine in that Courage the Cowardly Dog line.
Okay, the 90s. You're talking about just the 90s?
Yeah, I was thinking late 90s, early 2000s, around those cartoons. So I was thinking about that. But yeah, Courage the Cowardly Dog definitely is
Courage the Cowardly Dog is what
that one, I think if I were to say this, goated for sure. This one, it was I wouldn't say I wouldn't say mediocre just because it was scary.
Hey, Courage the Cowardly Dog is also goated too. Okay, we do not slaughter Courage the Cowardly Dog in this house, son.
Okay, fine. I do love the show. I watched everything, but it kind of gave you that sense of fear whenever you watch that show. It's okay, first off, you like the fact that Courage is scared and and all that jazz. But then and then you feel bad for Eustace and Muriel. By the way, rest in peace for both of them.
Yes,
rest in peace both of them. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I was okay, I was kind of, I mean, I guess that scared me, just made me love Courage the Cowardly Dog. But there was some awesome adventures that Courage had with Muriel and Eustace and those villains, quote unquote villains that were in that show,
Well, that's kind of the thing. It's that it's supposed to be scary. not only that, like Courage the Cowardly Dog does tackle mature themes very well. Like, you know, they tackle deformation, they tackle abuse, they tackle heavy themes. They do it with such respect. Some of my favorites include Hunchback of Nowhere.
That was a good one, actually. Yeah.
The Mask.
Do you remember that one episode where the tree, like it was like a real life tree?
And the tree.
Yeah, the tree.
And the tree with the
face, with the face and all that. Yeah,
I love that one too. Yes.
That was That was freaking crazy too. And I love how the animation goes, because like you have the standard animation of like, was it Eustace, Merrill, and Courage in a house, and then you have like some real life people literally just coming out of nowhere, like that tree, for example, with their faces. And then that Return to... Oh, that's a classic episode, by the way. Return to Slab. That's a different style of animation there, too. So
yeah,
they really tested a lot when it comes to Courage the Cowardly Dog. And it's a okay, fine. I would say it definitely is a OG. What was it? Based, or what do we call it?
Goated.
Goated, yeah. We say goated. Fine, I'll agree with it's goated too.
Yes.
Like I said, Billy Mandy, like I said, mediocre. You say probably goated in your case.
I say goated, yes.
Oh, really?
All of them are goated. Yeah.
But like I said, I hope Checkered Past actually does put more cartoons in their lineup. We already said a couple of suggestions, like Fossil for Imaginary Friends, Johnny Bravo, Powerpuff Girls, you know, all of those like great cartoons. I don't know if anybody else can like think of any other things that could be put on the Checkered Past, but
yeah. You just feel free to comment below and let us know.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. I think, to say the least, like after watching a couple of like hours of Checkered Past, I have to say it definitely brought back my nostalgia. Like the bumpers, for example, like what they put for Checkered Past. You know, Adult Swim bumpers are just usually like scenic things and things like that. But this time around, they actually did put in characters in those scenic things. So like you get to see like Ed and Eddie in a subway stop, and then Double D's just beatboxing. I thought that was pretty cool. You get to see like Dexter, like what was it?
Double D with the instrument, like as they're sailing.
Oh no! I was talking about the bumpers. I don't know if you saw the bumpers, but there's a lot of that over on like social media right now. They're just raving about the bumpers right now, because it just gives you that sense of like the CN City. Remember when you grew up watching the CN City?
Yes, yeah. I remember the CN City very well.
Yeah, so it brought back the nostalgia of the CN City. It may not be the same CN City that we used to grow up with before, but you get to see like Dexter, like what was it? Beatboxing, not beatboxing, but it's more like breaking it down like in a dance and stuff. You get to see Dee Dee literally just doing her ballet thing also. Then you get to see like, what was it? Dee Dee also in a beach just relaxing and things like that. You get to see Billy just relaxing. Nonetheless, either way, the bumpers look really amazing, and I think it's like really chill just to say like, hey, this is your Checkered Past, awesome. Let's just at least put some nostalgia with it, with a twist of Adult Swim in it. So that's what makes me think like this whole Checkered Past idea was definitely awesome for Adult Swim to do.
I'm glad they did that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So like Adult Swim again, you did an amazing job. I'm definitely gonna be down to check out Checkered Past whenever I have that free time to actually sit down for like 2 hours checking out my old cartoons that I used to watch before. Yeah. If only you didn't stretch out the cartoon, because it sucks. Because it's like seeing Dexter being white faced and all. That's a bad thing that happens when it comes to high definition, because when you have like a very standard definition like 480p video upgraded to 1080p, you get to see like a big difference between like what the original cartoon looks like and to what it is now. Yeah
It's pretty much like if you have Cartoon Network, right, like Checkered Past is pretty much one of the main reasons why cable might be worth keeping after all. Like I know that now
it is true.
Because nowadays
that's another good idea too. Is it Adult Swim's way of bringing people like to stay with cable, to say?
Let's face it, cable is a dying breed. We know that cable is going to go extinct soon because of streaming and all that good stuff. And this is Adult Swim's way of saying, hey, maybe cable might be worth keeping after all, because there are some programs you can watch with cable. You don't need to do streaming alone. And I'm just like, yeah, I get what you're saying, Adult Swim, but good luck enhancing that message.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know. But yeah, I mean, who knows what it's going to be. I know that Adult Swim has all their shows over at Max, so you don't need to actually like go onto cable and stuff like that. But I know they're trying, so if anything, the block is helping out, and definitely is a great nostalgia trip for all of us. So yeah, I just hope that Adult Swim gets more of those old Cartoon Network shows, bring them back to the network, to the Checkered Past block, and then who knows, maybe I could just continue to watch on that from there. A PS advice for you: get YouTube TV.
I'll have to stick with Comcast Xfinity until the day we don't get Comcast Xfinity anymore. I'll definitely consider YouTube TV for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's under your mom's thing anyway. So
that's under my mom and Bill. Like, I unfortunately am not in charge of cable and all that stuff. Like, when it comes to subscription, all that. So don't ask me. Ask my mom.
For the rest of the next couple of minutes or so before we end our podcast, we did put down a title for this episode called "We Need to Redecorate," and then just look at the room. By the way, just look at the room; it's just absolutely empty. Like, why do we have empty space here?
It's bare bone.
Why are supplies here? Why are cables here? Why are remotes here? Because we're going to actually start redecorating this whole damn room right now.
Yeah.
Omi, can you get my backpack for me? I got a lot of stuff in that backpack right there.
Yes, sir.
Yes. There's a lot of stuff in there,
Nate's
by the way.
big box of... Nate's big bag of swag.
This is a lot of stuff that we're going to be doing to redecorate, by the way.
By the way, Kids Never is mediocre.
It's not a great anime. Anyways, yeah, there's that. So let's actually go ahead and start this out. So what we're going to be doing right now is that we're going to be obviously decorating our whole layout out here. But the thing is that we're going to go one by one, each of us sharing what they're going to share. I have a lot of stuff. I don't know why. Did you bring a lot of stuff or not?
There's actually a few stuff that I plan to put here. Like a few posters, few plushies, and all that stuff. Not nearly as much as this guy, but
we had to redecorate, obviously. So I thought you were actually bringing a lot more stuff, and then a little few things.
So I just gotta say this: class, gather around the big round carpet because it's show and tell time.
Yeah. All right. So I'm actually gonna go first and actually show off. We're both big fans of Loudhouse. And the Casa Grande, so I need to actually literally bring out the little floofer. Lynn Loud is now a part of our little cabinet over here, so she's gonna be hanging on one of our shelves, or gonna be hanging out one of our things here. But our little floofer Lynn Loud. I don't know if y'all are fans of Loudhouse, but Lynn Loud Jr. is now gonna be part of our little thing here.
But she's not gonna be alone, because along with Lynn Loud, she's gonna have her older and awesome rockin' sister with her. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been a fan of her for the longest time. I'm still a big fan of her now. Luna Loud. Nice. Let's go. Yes.
I'm not surprised that he's going to bring Luna to the table here.
Yes. My little rock and roll queen, Luna Loud, is here with us as well.
There it is. All right, so Luna is now going to be part of his little side here. You have more shelves, by the way, so I don't know how I'm going to bring in how I'm going to put my other things in here, though.
I'm putting her at the very top because she's the queen. All hail the queen.
Okay, fine. All right, I also showed Omid when we were also in the car, but we also did bring another Loud out here. We just wanted to show the fact that we love the Loud House. This used to be the Loudcasa Talks before, but now we switched over to the Anination Podcast, so obviously a lot of fans are kind of wondering, are there any more Loud House talks you could be talking about? Yes, we will bring it up eventually, but if anything, we do remember about the Loud House. We still love the show. We love it wholeheartedly. So I wanted to bring in also Luann Loud to the table as well. So Luann is also going to be part of our little Anination Podcast.
I love Luann as well. She's my second favorite character of the show, right behind her roommate, of course.
So Luann is now a part of that part right there.
Nate, what are you doing?
Wait, what?
What are you doing, Nate?
What do you mean?
Luann's in the wrong room. She belongs to the roommate. Luann are roommates. You know that.
Fine. Bring her over there. Bring Luann over there. They're our roommates after all.
Luna and Luann are the entertainment duo right here.
Unfortunately, I don't have Lucy Loud. She's not a part of that. But anyways, do you want me to continue on? You only have a couple more things to share.
You're right, Nate. I do have a couple more things I like to share. Shall I bring out the next plushie?
I don't know. Since do you have more than what you're coming up next?
I actually have just two more.
I have two more. I have many. Dude, I didn't know that you didn't bring a lot of stuff.
There's actually there's actually one more surprise guest I'd like to bring over there. Okay. But I'll bring them out later. But
now, go ahead.
Let me introduce you to some of the guests here. Of course, I'm gonna bring in.
Oh man, that's
Marcy Wu,
her freaking favorite.
My favorite amphibian character. I love Mar so much. She is my favorite amphibian character. She's one of my favorite characters ever because like she's the kind of girl that like I identify with a lot because, well, me and her, we both love video games, and we're both on the spectrum. We're both we both love to pretty much be in our own little worlds and all that stuff like that. It's just like, man, she's quirky, she's funny, and she's like, and she has such a fun personality. I just love Marcy, and also the way she's written is top notch.
Yes, and the fact that she grew up to actually become a comic artist, it just like reflects her a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, I have my Marcy plushie as well, but she's currently back at home. So, but I'm not gonna bring her over to the studio. Technically, what you're doing is that you're bringing her over here, and she's gonna stay here for a while.
Oh yeah, she's gonna stay where she belongs in my side, and also I'm just gonna place her right over here.
We'll do some rearrangement later.
Got
but
it.
yeah. All right, so Omid, I'm gonna bring out somebody that you will definitely enjoy. I forgot about the artist who actually made this plushie, but that's not the same artist, by the way. If you remember a certain show called Inside Job that has just been canceled on Netflix, yeah, I'm so sorry.
Damn you,
Everybody,
Netflix!
I know Netflix has definitely gotten off, but I do actually want to bring in Regan. The plushie Regan. Oh,
you can't even pronounce her name.
I thought it was Regan.
I'm gonna take her now. I want to take her now.
Either way, Regan is now a part of our our little decorating part right here. So
Regan is my bae. Regan is my
there, but
one of my cartoon baes. I love her.
Yes, I forgot. I have to put the artist down. Either way, I'm gonna do this on editing. I'm gonna put the artist down because I think this is the only one that's actually out from her. So or it. Okay, the pronoun is it, so I'm gonna say it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So for Regan in this case, the artist, it definitely did an amazing job with it. So for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are we gonna put her? That's the thing. Oh god. You want to present your next thing, Omid?
Yes, I do. Now the next thing that I want to bring up is from an anime that I have been a fan of for a long time, but I kind of fallen off from recently. But I will say though, this character definitely is my favorite character of the show. Everyone, meet one of the reasons why I'm called Super Ice and Fire in the first place. Shoto Todoroki.
Oh, Toto.
Yes.
Ain't no Deku.
You're looking at best boy here, okay?
Deku's best boy. What you talking about?
The man of Ice and Fire himself, Shoto Todoroki. I love this character because not just of his abilities, not just because of his course, but because of how he is written. Like how, how he got, this massive scar and how he's been pushed around by his dad to become to become the best he's been. And also the development and friendship he goes through with Deku is just so touching. So yes, I'm proud to say Todoroki is also going to be part of this shelf.
All right, awesome. So yeah, this little ice and fire boy. I mean, yeah, go ahead and put him wherever you want.
You know what? Marcy Wu is such a big anime fan herself, which I relate to a lot. So, Marcy, I know your favorite My Hero Academia character is Bakugo.
Oh no, that you can't let her be with Bakugo.
I'm sorry, but I gotta put you with a different boy.
No, I'm pretty sure Marcy's gonna whack him. That's not right.
I mean, you never know. Maybe Todoroki could be Marcy's second favorite character of the show.
Oh, that's gonna be weird. Okay, well, I mean, all right, awesome that Joshua brought that up. So the other thing too is that I noticed that our walls are a little bit empty, so I actually did break up a couple wall scrolls. Now this actually features one of our favorite animes. Omid definitely loved this anime when it came out back in like the 2008-2009 area.
I know what you're talking about.
Do you know it actually?
I know what you.
Do you know what it is?
I know what it.
What? Did you see it already? Wait. Oh, it's a flower. What are you talking about?
You said 2008. PSG.
Yes,
it's PSG.
It's only Panty and Stocking. So
yes.
I brought up the wall scroll. We're gonna have it hanging on our wall soon. But Panty and Stocking, this will be wall scroll right here. We're gonna bring this over.
This is art. Oh my god, one of my favorite anime shows of all time. I adore the show. Like it's my favorite comedy anime ever. And when I heard that they're making a new Panty and Stocking season,
I was there at AX when they said
I was screaming. I was like, yes, These angel bitches are coming back. My favorite stocking, by the way.
Yeah, it's everyone's favorite stocking. Wow, I should have brought the plushie stocking, actually.
The thing is, though, is that I love stockings so much. She'd be more comfortable in the shelf of my room.
Really? I would love it. Maybe I should bring it over next time. But nonetheless, this is going to be... I don't know. I guess we could hang it up here. Hang it up here, in the next show.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, we'll just hang it up there next show, but we'll see. You can have another wall scroll up here, maybe later. Maybe you can contribute another wall scroll.
Sure.
Fanny stocking, yeah. So that's another thing that we're gonna bring into the table. Do you have anything else to bring into our studio for now?
Yes. I actually, now that we covered the plushies, we're gonna move over to the posters now.
Okay, so what poster do you have?
All right. Now, I don't have much to share in comparison to Nate because the thing is, unlike Nate, right, who brought a lot of stuff to put on the walls and such like that.
I told you I was dedicated for this podcast.
The thing is, though, is that when I looked at my room, I thought to myself, should I or shouldn't I move it over here? Because all the posters and all the plushies I have, I want them to stay in my bedroom because the stuff in my bedroom pretty much. They're part of me, They're pretty much like
I had to do a lot of.
I want all the things in my bedroom to be because all of these in my bedroom show that I'm a fan of this, I'm a fan of that. So it was tough for me to move so much stuff from my room because I love my stuff. I love them to be in my bedroom because I'm that sentimental. What can I say?
The thing is that I have way too many plushies. You know me, every time I go to a convention, I always either get a plushie. That's my ritual thing. So obviously I have way too much plushies over in my bedroom. That's why I had to make some sacrifices and actually bring them over. That's the reason why I brought Regan, I brought Lynn, I brought Luann. There are a lot more plushies, by the way, in here, by the way. So I was doing posters right now.
Not surprised.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm doing more posters right now so that you can at least get something for you to present. So yeah. What poster were you talking about?
All right. First things first.
Lumity. Oh shoot, Lumity, the Owl House folk here. Hey, for those who love Owl House, I mean, we were huge fans of the Owl House.
Yes.
And you've got wait. So this is from Gravity Falls, the Mystery Shack.
It was from MysteryShack.com.
Oh shit. Okay.
And if you don't know what MysteryShack.com is, it's actually a online store in which you could buy the merch that is based off of Amphibia, Owl House, Gravity Falls, of course, hence the title. And Infinity Train and all that good cartoons and all this stuff. And let me tell you, they get the items so accurately. It is just beautiful.
Definitely look like it's definitely looks like it's going to be well lit on your wall. I would say put it in your section to say, right?
Oh yeah.
Or you want to put it here in the middle to say, because we have the panty stocking for sure in the middle. So
this belongs in my section.
Are you sure? It's okay. I'm bringing another poster out anyway. So you said what was it? The Owl House with Lumity. So any Lumity fans out there? Oh yeah, I can totally see a lot of Lumity fans out there.
Any Owl House fans, comment below, let us know, and especially Lumity fans.
Yes. Okay, so I'm actually gonna bring out another poster. Oh, here it is. So if you recall, I did go to a event back in 2021 where I ended up actually meeting up with a couple of cast members from this amazing show. It's also on Disney Channel. I think you're kind of knowing where I'm going with, right?
Amphibia.
Yes, of course I am.
Amphibia.
So I'm going to actually sacrifice this. This is actually on my wall for quite some time. But I'm actually going to sacrifice the whole autograph thing All In. The whole autograph session for All In. So you get to see everybody's autograph in this. You get to see, the voice of, Eden Regal was in this. Matt Brawley, he's in this one as well. Justin, the voice of Sprig. You got to see Anakana's voice actress right here.
Anakana, the voice of my Big City White Gloria.
Yeah, Haley Sue was there too. We didn't get Hot Pop's voice, unfortunately. We also did get the signature of Polly. I forgot her name. I forget the actresses and stuff like that. But
feel free to comment below us.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'm gonna sacrifice having this on my wall and put it over here in this wall now. So you have an Owl House, I have Amphibia. Nonetheless, I mean, I'm just so happy that I was actually able to meet up with the Amphibia crew. It was just an awesome time to meet up with Matt Brawley, and then get a little bit of a insider's look at what the art looked like for Amphibia. The fact that Haley Sue was there, I was just like, oh, she was able to sign my Wicked Stella and Marcy picture that she was able to draw for me. So for real, I mean, it was just awesome just to see everybody. And I was like, this is so dedicated. I need to put this on the wall now.
A memory you'll cherish forever.
It is.
Honestly, if I were you, I would have kept it in
There's
my room.
There's another poster that came out. It was the Hardest Thing poster that also got signed by Matt Brawley and certain other characters. So, this one at least had like the voice actresses. So you have Anna Khan and Haley Sue in this. The only thing it would complete it would be Ann Boon Choi. But, I mean, we need Brenda Song's voice. I mean, signature in this, but she's like hard to find right now. Let me know if she ever goes to a freaking convention, and I'll be like, sign this, and we're gonna make this perfect.
So Brenda's Song is the top of your list. Right?
Yes, Brenda's Song is like in the top of my list.
So Brenda's Song is to you what Charles Martinet is to me, pretty much like the top. Voice actor to me.
No, there's a lot of other voice actors and actresses that I do want to meet as well. Kimiko Glenn is one. Apparently, she's in a Rhode Island con coming up real soon, which I want to go to as well because I could get the voice of Kif and also a lot of voices of other things that Kimiko Glenn does.
Bridget.
Yeah, Bridget. Yeah, you and Bridget. Yeah.
Bridget, who is also one of my favorite cartoon characters. I adore Bridget. She's one of my baes. So.
I think that's it for my posters, but I know you have more posters to bring out.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do, sir. I'll just put this here.
Yeah, just put them anywhere. We're going to post them up like during our break. We'll be back next Wednesday. They're all going to be up, by the way.
Now, next up is an anime that I do quite enjoy, but there's a certain character that's at the center of the poster that is my favorite character from this particular show.
Oh, hell yeah. Look at this. Kaguya-Sama Love is War.
Fujiwara.
Yes.
Fujiwara.
Oh, God.
Her with
She's
the
hilarious.
mic, her beatboxing is just like, yes! Chica
She's
Fujiwara is
hilarious.
my heart. Yes. Kaguya-Sama Love is War.
This anime, by the way, is just absolutely peak. It's hilarious.
It's so fun.
It's hilarious and it's also good because it's a rom-com. This is definitely a rom-com, and no doubt when you look at the lead characters of the two, Kaguya-Sama and... of the guy, I forgot his name.
This is also one of my favorite comedy animes. It's a laugh out loud fun.
It definitely is a really awesome anime. I love Kaguya-Sama Loves War. It's a really amazing show. But this girl is just absolutely hilarious.
She steals the show.
She definitely does, and like I'm just glad she's part of the club because like it would suck if she's not a part of it.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be the same without her. It wouldn't be be the same.
All right, well you'll be putting that in your side of the wall, I would imagine. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
I need to put more stuff on my wall. I only brought the Amphibia thing for my wall. I might just put more later on, but we'll do it again next Wednesday. Maybe next time when you guys watch the stream or watch the video on YouTube, you'll get to see like much more changes out here.
Let's just say that the room's going to be quite different from the first two. From the first two podcast episodes. Trust me, you're gonna see a lot more stuff.
Okay. All right, so I have more things to bring out. These two are pretty much plushies. I also brought pins just for later when we start pinning these up here. Y'all remember the certain video game that everybody got hyped about? Something about thieves, something about, what was it? Something about thieves, something about...
Uncharted 2.
No.
Uncharted 2 Among Thieves.
No. Something about an anime, something about masks.
5.
Yes.
Persona 5.
Yes. So I'm actually gonna bring out Morgana into our little hangout here. So Morgana will be a part of our little stream here. Yeah. I had this for like years now. I mean, it's awesome that I kept this for years, and the fact that like I love Persona 5 is just a great show. It's a great it's a great game too, like playing that all the time. But I just remember like going hours on end trying to beat the final boss and all. And in the end, we were able to actually defeat the final boss, and it turned out to be like an amazing anime, by the way. Either way, anime, game, no matter what. Persona 5 is just going everywhere, by the way. You have that Tactica game coming out. I
know, which I already pre-ordered.
Nice.
Because I love Persona 5 so much. I love the original Persona 5, but I absolutely adore Persona 5 Royal. Persona 5 Royal is one of my top 10 favorite video games of all time. Like, it was such a blast to play, and I may not have beaten the final boss just yet, but it's just one of those games that's just masterfully crafted. I mean, like the animation, the graphics, the gameplay, the JRPG style of gameplay, the characters, especially Futaba.
Oh my god! This dude definitely is huge on Futaba.
I am a huge Futab's fan. She is pretty much she is a delight to watch, and I love her quirkiness and about like how like she's a hacker.
Yeah.
And she like she loves video games, all this stuff. She can even talk. She even talks her own language.
Yeah.
And it's just like and of course the backstory behind Futaba, when you play Futaba's Palace, oh my god, it is so tragic. Like I felt for this poor girl.
I have to say this though, like I said, Persona 5 definitely is the peak of game. I need to play Royal. I have to still play Royal, just because there's a lot of extras in that game.
Yes.
But remember the dancing game, the tactic game's coming out, but you have the Strikers game too. I was more towards the dancing game compared to the Strikers game.
Yeah, the dancing all night.
Yeah, that one was fun. But then
fun.
the Strikers game was the one game that I was like, okay, I liked it, but at the same time, the gameplay.
You're playing Hyrule Warriors.
Technically, yeah, you technically play Hyrule
You're
Warriors,
playing the
which is okay.
version of Hyrule Warriors.
Which is okay. I couldn't be able to like go through it. To be fair, I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, no, I haven't touched it for years, and it'll probably stay that way.
All right, I'll let you be in the middle here for now.
Oh look, Regan's got a cute pet cat.
Oh yeah, Regan has a pet cat. Does he like cats? I have to watch the show still. I have to continue on with the show. I've only watched season 1, so yeah.
Watch season 2.
Is it good? Okay. According for this guy, I'm pretty sure it's good.
Season 2 is even better.
All right. I think that's all. There's more over here, by the way. So let me take this out here. So I'm a big fan of idols. Yeah, I know you don't care.
Yeah. Now, of course, like, I'm not a huge fan of idols themselves, but like I do see appeal behind idol culture. I do see appeal behind people who are fans of idols, and I'm happy you are.
Yeah.
However, like there are just a couple projects involving idols that I really do genuinely like that I'm a fan of. Backstreet Goku Dolls is funny as hell. Backstreet Goku Dolls.
Okay, I know. We talked about this back in the first episode. I thought it was bad.
Oshinoko is a masterpiece.
That's a great show too.
Oshinoko is a masterpiece.
Yeah, that's really a great show considering it just tells you how the bad side of the idol industry is.
Exactly, and that's why I love it.
Yeah. But either way, this is from Love Live Nichizaki Girls. This is the one girl that actually has like a board on her face. So if you actually play the video game, was it Love Live All Stars? She literally has just a board on her face, like a little clipboard and stuff. But in the anime, she actually tells you a reason why she was like this. She's doing this. Apparently, her face has no expression. So this is the reason why she just puts the thing on, says like she's happy, she's confused, she's sad, that kind of thing. While you look at her personally, she's just like plain-faced and stuff.
Poor thing.
Yeah, I think that's like her condition or something like that. Nonetheless, the board helps her out so that she can at least be happy and things like that. So I do want to put Rina into our thing. I know that you don't know who she is, so I'll just say that she's a really awesome idol. She's my favorite. I think like my new favorite now in Nichizaki compared to Karen, who was my other favorite character too. But yeah, she was great. Cool. So there's that. Yeah, I'll put her in the bottom because like I guess in this case because like you're in the bottom, you really don't get to see much. You have a little bit more space over there, so
yes, I do, good sir. And which reminds me, I do have a surprise character that I'd like to bring up. Okay. Now this is from a series that I haven't gotten to finishing yet, but from what I've seen, it's quite amazing. But they have this really cute character that I want to introduce y'all to, ladies and gentlemen. Mooncake.
Oh, Mooncake from Final Space. There you
go. Now I've seen most of Final Space. I haven't finished it yet, but from what I've seen, it really is quite a fun and it's a fun series that really does capture your heart and also there are certain like plot points that are just amazing, and also the relationship between Gary and Mooncake is just so wholesome. Yeah, Mooncake is such a cute, green alien that you just want to squeeze and hug and all this stuff. Yeah. Like, honestly, it's a shame it had to be canceled, though.
Unfortunately, that had to happen.
So
where are you going to put Mooncake at?
Because Mooncake is with me, I'm just going to place him in the middle.
Okay, that sounds good. I think, like, in this section right here, we'll start putting up our figures. I don't know if you have any figures that you're going to bring out, but...
Like I said before, like most of the figures that I have in my room, like I kind of want to keep in my bedroom.
Okay. So this guy really likes to keep his stuff. He doesn't want to bring out anything more into the studio room.
I'm sentimental. What can I say?
Okay, fine. Just try to be sentimental here. I do want to show one thing that happened recently over at KrakenCon. Well, not recently. That was like back in 2015 or something. Now, KrakenCon currently is over at a ship, but they brought this one guest that I never expected to see. And I'm like, you're my childhood. I need a signature from you. So I brought in the signature from Chrissy Carlson Romano, who did the voice of Kim Possible.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's the
So,
sitch?
I don't know if you all know about Kim Possible, but that was the hit show for me. This was peak Disney TVA. Like, Proud Family, Kim Possible. No doubt, I was a huge fan of KP. And this is like me being a teen. Like, I was 12 years old when I started watching this show, and I was like, I love it. It's a great show. Plus, like, you never expected this like cartoon to come out of nowhere and be like peak Disney Channel. So Kim Possible like holds up dear to my heart. Like, I love this show. Absolutely loved it. It just sucks. It does suck that it only had 4 seasons. It's pretty much done. And I have to say, it is done because they did end it in a really good way. I do love the fact that Chibiverse is showing Kim Possible a little bit there. You got Rufus, you got like other characters that have like Chibiverse. Yeah, thank you. You actually know about KP. I love this show. This is so good, and it's on Disney Plus. So if you haven't seen Kim Possible, please check it out. It's an amazing show. And I need to bring this just because it was signed by Christy Carlson Romano and the voice actress of KP. And I'm like, yo, I needed this. So this is definitely a huge sacrifice because definitely is one of the best signatures I've had, and I'm putting it on the wall here for our podcast.
Considering you're a huge fan of this show, yeah, I'm not surprised you brought this along.
It's such a great character, yeah. So the rest of the stuff here I have is figures. So I mean, unless you have anything else.
I do have one more thing.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and
one more thing.
Go ahead and showcase that.
Now, this poster that I have here, it's a bit, it's bent, crumbled up, but you know what? I'm still gonna put it up regardless.
Okay.
Now, mind you, this isn't the only copy of this poster that I have. I actually have the much nicer, cleaner, and more smooth copy of this exact poster hung up in my bedroom.
Okay.
And of course, this poster is what I consider to be my favorite cartoon of all time and one of my top favorite shows, period. One of my top 2, one of my top 3. Ladies and gentlemen, Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls. Oh, shit. Oh, my God, yes. There it is. Gravity Falls, folks. There it is. He's putting that up in, I think it's going to be in the middle out here, probably over here.
What can I say about this show? Like, I could go on and on about how much I adore the show, and I think it's one of the best shows that I've ever seen, period. But let's be honest, that's going to be a whole entire podcast out of its own together.
I thought this actually was signed by Alex Hirsch.
I wish.
Oh, I thought it was a real signature because it literally said Alex Hirsch at the bottom.
Bro.
Yeah. Oh my God. Where'd you get this actually?
I actually got it from actually it might have been when I got the Gravity Falls collection or something like that. Like I don't
think it was part of the DVD collection.
I got 2 copies actually. But
oh, you got 2 copies?
I got 2. Like I said, I have another copy that's not nearly as messed up and bent as this one.
Okay.
And it's currently in my room, like I said.
You can switch it. You can switch it to make it look good over here.
Hell no.
Okay, fine. He'll keep the dirty one over here, I guess.
Hey, it's still a Gravity Falls poster.
That's true. It's a good Gravity Falls poster, I would say. Speaking of Gravity Falls, I do have something Gravity Falls that I want to bring out. So, Funko Pop, they have these Funko Pops of Gravity Falls characters. And I'm going to actually bring in Dipper Pines to the little podcast thingy we have here.
Yeah, I remember cosplaying as Dipper.
Yeah, I do. We both cosplay Dipper.
We both cosplay Dipper. And then there was a time where I had to cosplay Tyrone for you to cosplay Dipper.
Yeah. I don't think I have... So they had like 4 characters for Gravity Falls that came out. Dipper, Mabel, Gargle Stan, and Bill Cipher. I only have Dipper. I have a special edition Mabel Funko Pop, but that one
Give me that special edition Mabel right now.
No. Maybe $50. That's a lot. Wait, are you serious? He's gonna do it. Really?
Yo,
I thought it was not for sale.
By the way, Mabel Pines is my favorite character of Gravity Falls.
I know. It's everybody's. I love Mabel too.
Unfortunately, not everybody's because
no, forget that meme. Screw that meme. I don't know who the hell drew that. Put that post up. I know he did it over at our X page, but yeah, I don't agree with that at all.
Like unfortunately, there's a portion of Gravity Falls that isn't a fan of Mabel. I just gotta say, anyone who doesn't like Mabel as a character doesn't understand the show at all.
Yeah,
let's put it that way.
I don't know. I that's why I don't want to bring that up, just because I think this is a guy who just likes to troll or something.
I don't know. It's just like it's because they blame Mabel for her actions at the end. And I'm just like, it makes sense for her to do what he did. Okay, get over it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, whatever. All right, so let me bring out some other figures here.
I stand Mabel, and I always will.
So I want to bring some figures. The thing is that these figures are probably going to be like posted up over here in this section here. That's just mostly for me. yeah, these are all just gonna be my figures for now. Except for one, which I think you'll really like. So a big anime fan that I am. I was a huge fan of K-On! This is my favorite character from K-On!, Mio Akiyama, the bassist, and everything. This outfit that she is wearing right now is actually more of like a punk rock outfit that she's wearing. It looked pretty cool. So just to showcase the fact that I love K-On! Of the anime, I decided to actually bring this over to the podcast room and everything. So yeah. So
yeah, I remember K-On! being all the craze, and I'm just like, I get where the appeal is coming from. I'm personally wasn't a fan of it because I feel like there was a bit too much fluff for a series that is supposed to be focusing on them as a rock band. But then again, at least I have Bocchi the Rock.
Bocchi the Rock is kind of like
Bocchi
the Rock is kind of like the same thing as K-On!, except K-On! Is more towards like cutesy moe things, and then Bocchi the Rock is actually real life like anxiety that Bocchi had to deal with.
Bocchi the Rock is far better, and it's much more on point.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I guess I was making like a real band and stuff like that. But yeah, it makes sense. All right. I also did bring in. I don't know if everyone likes Rem from ReZero. Sorry,
I've never seen it.
How dare you not see ReZero?
I've never seen ReZero. I'm sorry. I've never seen ReZero.
Connor, if you're watching, Connor CDog VA. Hey, I'm a Rem fan too.
If you watched it, that is.
I don't know. I mean, like, he's a Rem fan. I didn't know he was a Rem fan, so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna put something Rem over here in this, podcast. In this podcast, sure. We'll put this in the studio, sure. ReZero is actually a pretty nice anime. I know a lot of people say like, "Who's Rem? Who's Rem?" I'm like, shut the hell up. I know all of you always hit that meme there. I'm like, shut the hell up.
I'm actually asking. Like, I'm genuinely asking who is Rem.
Yeah.
I don't even follow the meme. I'm just asking just out of curiosity because I don't know who Rem is. I don't know who Rem is.
You're that one person who just asks like a real question. Okay, good.
I'm the one person who literally asks it.
Which is great compared to like others who are trolling me because of that.
Oh my god.
My Rem collection has been quite big, so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna put one of these figures that I have and put it into my collection here for the Anination Podcast studio and everything. So
cool.
Yeah, I have two more figures to bring out. Two more figures to bring out, and then one that you probably like. But another Love Live figure that I want to bring out is the Love Live Yohane, by the way, or Yoshiko is called here for the Love Live Sunshine anime, called Yoshiko Tsushimiya. She's the Chunibyo of the group. She's like literally Dark Devils kind of stuff, Fallen Angel, etc., etc.
I remember watching Chunibyo the first
season.
So
she's kind of like that, but she's not as cringy as that one girl compared to her. Okay.
Then again, she was in middle school, so of course she was gonna be cringe in that.
Yeah. Age. Well, nonetheless, I mean, she's my favorite overall. It's great that she actually had an anime. She now has an anime, Yohane the Peruvian Sunshine in the Mirror. That has been a good anime ever since, but it's just because I love idol anime, so that's the other thing. And the other thing too is like that anime is not even an idol anime; it's like an isekai anime. So there's that. Cool. But yeah, I just think that it's adorable to have her, so I wanted to represent my idol fame over here as well. So I decided to bring in Yoshiko Tsushimiya, or aka Yohane, into the podcast for sure. Yeah, I know other people are kind of like, who they? I know. But we need to bring some anime in here. Come on, you brought Todoroki, if anything.
Nate obviously watches more anime than me, so that's how he got all these figures. That's why he's been saving up the big buffs for all these. So. I
mean, job stuff and everything.
Yeah. He's quite a collector.
We are. Yeah, we have like collections and stuff. Yeah, there you go. I also did want to bring in one small figure that I think will be good for the table. So I brought in my other favorite idol from Love Live, Nico Yazawa. I know that people are kind of like wondering who this Nico person is. If you know the Nico ni, that's her.
That's the one thing from Love Live that I always remember is the Nico ni.
Yes, and it's just great for Nico and everything.
Nico Nate.
Oh God, everyone! I just remember just the Nico Nate thing. So yeah, I know some people. I know these are like OG. This might be some OG like animes people don't know.
Love Life ever. I never watched any Love Life ever, but I just know the Nico Nate thing. That's
Well, I'm gonna go short on this, but yeah, I'm just gonna put this like right in the middle of the table now, just because we're putting our things here. But yeah, I think there's only one more thing that I want to present to you, and I think Omid would love this too.
Yes.
Well, I know that you love Code Geass.
Obviously.
So,
big fan.
I won this over at a prize game event. I won this over at a prize game. but I wanted to showcase this girl. Omid is freaking out right away. Oh no.
Oh my god, yes. C2 looks beautiful. C2 looks so beautiful. Yes. Nate, can we order pizza?
What? Oh my god. Wait. We're after the show, right? After the show, order pizza?
Bro, I want some pizza right now because if y'all watch Kaguya-Sama, you would know that C2's go-to staple food is pizza.
Yes.
Specifically for Pizza Hut. Support the rebellion.
We don't even have Pizza Hut around here anymore.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, see, we don't have Pizza Hut, so we'll just get round table pizza or something close by. But I know Omid definitely is a huge fan of Code Geass. C2 is one of the main characters of the show. And I decided to just bring it over just because this is the only Code Geass thing that I have. You have a lot more Code Geass figures, by the way.
Which I still plan to keep in my bedroom.
He's gonna keep it. He doesn't want to bring it out. Apparently.
Can you blame me?
Okay, but still, I mean, yeah. So we'll bring out C2. We'll put her somewhere out here. She is wearing a provocative outfit, by the way. This is the reason why we're not returning this whole thing around.
Yeah, we want to keep it family friendly.
Yeah, let's just keep it like that. But yeah, again, like I said,
a family podcast.
But yeah, I think that's all the things that we have that I was going to bring out. You already have finished up your stuff that you're bringing. Are you going to bring more things out here for the next one, or anything else planned?
Maybe not. We'll see. But for now, I'm good with what I have here. You know, I got the duo, the Loud Sisters, who should be getting their own focus episode on Luna and Luan. God damn it, I need a Luna and Luan episode, please. And then, of course, you got Marcy and her not favorite My Hero Academia character, Shoto Todoroki. Todoroki's my favorite character, not hers. Hers is Bakugo. And then, of course, you got the staple icon. You've got the spirit animal of a show that I should be finishing ASAP, Mooncake.
I would say this, these posters that we've just brought out, we're going to probably bring it over to our wall eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to bring that. We're going to put that in our wall eventually. And, that's I think that's pretty much it. We did a lot of stuff. We got to clean up out here, by the way. We have a lot of, things out here that we got to clean up.
I agree.
Yeah. But for real though, I mean, this is our redecorating episode of our podcast. We now have everything that we need for now. Maybe we might bring more stuff out, but we'll have to wait till the next episode, which will come out, next week. We got a lot to talk about next week. Again, a lot more news coming out when it comes to movies, when it comes to animation, for example. We'll bring it out to you guys next week, depending on what things pop up. Maybe movies, for example, because I would say next week, since summer is over, we can actually talk about the movies.
Yeah.
What was it? Spider-Verse, Barbie, Oppenheimer, those kind of movies.
Get ready for a 2-hour episode in which I praise the hell out of Oppenheimer and discuss why it's one of the best movies ever made. The best movie of 2023 and one of the best movies ever made in the history of film.
Oh, Barbie, man. Barbie is still a good movie.
Barbie I liked, but Oppenheimer, though, takes the cake.
Yeah. No, I mean, Oppenheimer definitely is a peak movie for sure. Definitely is one of the best movies. But I no doubt would have to say Barbie definitely is up there too. So yeah. Anyways, again, thank you very much for checking out our podcast stream over here on Twitch. For those who are watching on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Check out our podcast on all audio podcasts from Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Now we're also on iHeartRadio and Amazon Music, so check out our podcast there. And also, we have a brand new Patreon page for you all to check out. Head over to patreon.com/AninationPod and be a member there. Our tiers start at $1, and you can actually access our Patreon exclusive Discord, as well as be credited for our YouTube, be credited in our YouTube videos as well. So, it's awesome it'd be awesome if you actually started supporting us over there at the Patreon, and get that awesome being a fan and everything.
Yeah, we thank you so much for the love. We thank you so much for watching us. We thank you so much for listening to us. We thank you so much for supporting us. And it really does mean a lot to us. And if you decide to become a patron for our Patreon, honestly, that would be extra appreciated as well. But even as such, we still appreciate you watching and supporting us. And you guys watching this episode means a lot to us. And we can't wait to give you guys more in the future.
No doubt. Thank you very much for checking out the taking out for. I keep on getting messed up. Maybe it's just the heat in here, right? Maybe it's the heat in here.
What can I say, man?
Yeah, I gotta really got.
There's a thing called heat exhaust. There's a thing called heat exhaustion, man.
We really need to put like a fan out here or something. What happened to the fan that was here before?
Like honestly, I feel like it's not as hot as last week, so I feel we're good.
I think it was actually hot today.
Really?
Yeah, it was really hot today.
I mean, like, okay, next week. Next week
I think it's gonna be a little bit cooler. So if anything, we could probably get well grip for that. I'm sweating, by the way. Woo. Anyways, thank you all very much for checking out the stream. For those who watch on Twitch and for those who watch on YouTube, thank you all for watching this episode. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Thank you very much, guys. Bye-bye.
Stay cool, guys.
Bye,
Stay
everybody.
loud.